Hi everybody, my name is Casey and welcome back to my YouTube channel. As you can see, we are on my new island, so I have no reactions yet, but here is my map. I decided to go ahead and name it Tea Light. So I'm just going to do kind of a little let's play for this video, walk through the beginning parts of the game again, and give you some pointers if I can remember them along the way. So we just landed, so I think now I have to go and talk to Tom Nook and see what he wants. By the way, these are my starter villagers. Not the happiest with them, but I got the color airport I want and the map I want, so I will take it. So looks like Tom is just kind of taking a roll call here, making sure everyone is here, and let's see what he has to say. So the first thing we have to do is place down our tent and then our villagers' tents, which will eventually turn into little houses. So because there is so much dialogue in this beginning part of the game, I am just going to speed it up to 2 times speed so you all don't get bored. So I just got my tent from Tommy, and right now I am just going to go ahead and place my tent down. When I reset, I always place my tent and villagers' houses on the beach whenever possible. It just makes it easier because later I don't have to go back and move everything. So I'll try and do that as much as possible for this island. I know some of the beaches can be kind of a weird shape and sometimes the houses won't fit on it, but that's just one tip I have when you're starting your island or restarting. Definitely put as many buildings and villager houses on the beach as you can just to save time later, because obviously you're going to unlock terraforming and you're probably going to want to terraform where you set the buildings down on your island. So that's just what I do, and I've reset I think like 3 or 4 times now. And then also, if you didn't know, you can go ahead and talk to your villagers when they have that little thinking reaction, and you can tell them you will find them a spot for their tent, and then you can go ahead and place it on the beach as well. So I'm just doing that with Rocket, and then bam, and then I will go ahead and place them and go back and talk to Tom. So after I place these 2 houses, I don't know why, but I'm struggling with Rocket's house or tent. It's just sometimes the shape of the beach is a little bit weird. But after I do this, then you go back and talk to Tom, and then that's kind of when the progression of the game really starts. He will ask you to, I think, grab some like sticks and whatever your native fruit is, and then he will have you like make something with them. I can't remember what it is, but let's go back here, and looks like it automatically takes us back to the little resident services tent. So let's see, let's move on to more serious business. What else do you got for me, Tom? Alright, so it looks like Bam and Rocket are going to be setting up in the plaza, and then I need to go see Tom. So let's see what he wants. I just want to go, okay, yeah, so we need to get tree branches for a campfire. And then I believe afterwards he'll ask us to get like some of our native fruit to make a snack. So I'm just grabbing those tree branches right now. Also, look at all of these weeds on my island. That is the one thing that drives me insane when you restart, is all of the weeds. Like, there's so many. Did Nintendo really have to do us that dirty? The only tip I have for picking up all of the weeds is that if you go on Nookazon, there's a request cleanup service, and that is actually what I did for this island and my last. So definitely recommend that if you struggle with picking up all of the weeds on your island. It is honestly such a genius idea, and I'm grateful for Nookazon for thinking of that. Alrighty, so yep, I got the tree branches, and then I think he will ask us, yes, okay, so he'll ask us for 6 pairs, and we already have that. And then after this, the game kind of just goes to night right away, and then this is where you'll be prompted to come up with an island name. So you guys, I seriously spent so long trying to think of a name for this island. I had so many ideas, but with a 10 character limit, it was really hard. But then when I finally got the map and the airport color I wanted, it's just like this name kind of came to me. So I'm going with Tea Light. It's going to be kind of like a colorful, kind of fairy core, whimsical island. So I think it fits that theme really nicely. The one good thing about me taking so long and brainstorming so many names is that I've compiled a list of names for any time I reset in the future. So I have that. I guess, like I said, that's the only perk of this. But anyway, so we have our island name, and then after this, if you go and talk to Tom, you can choose to either like stay up on your island or go to sleep. And I'm gonna just choose to go to sleep because I want to get this island started. So you'll just go ahead and cheers with your villagers. Okay, so now I'm gonna go ahead and talk to Tom and try and get my camping cot. Okay, so now that I have my tent, he says there's a few other packages in my tent. I'm gonna just leave them there for now. So now I'm gonna run back and set this up in there. If I could only remember where I placed my tent down. But here we go. If you need to know how to place it down, you just open up your pockets and then press the A button, and then you just lay down, and it should give you an option that says like I'm sleepy. So just select that, and then you will magically start dreaming of KK Slider himself. I think this is really cute that they put KK Slider in your dream, because of course it will be your goal to get him to come to your island in order to unlock terraforming. His message is really cute as well if you wanted to read that. It's just talking about how you need friends in order to survive on this island, etc. And then you are awakened by Tom Nook himself, so you just hop out of the cot and then go out and talk to him. So let's see why he felt the need to wake me up. So it looks like he is giving me a Nook phone. So he has us turn it on, and then it will preload with some of the apps already. You will get a couple more as you progress through the game. And then I just tell him that I'm familiar with using a smartphone, so he talks less, and then he gives you an itemized bill. At first, he'll say you need to pay like almost 50,000 bells, but then he goes on to tell you that it will only be 5,000 Nook miles. So I have some tips for earning Nook miles, and I will go over those in this video. So the best tip I have for getting the 5,000 Nook miles quickly is to just hold the golden tools in your pockets. I'll show you what I mean here. So I have some of the tools dropped, so I'm going to just pick them up, and then you will see it will automatically register the Nook miles. I'm going to just collect some of the ones that I had gotten from the first day of the game. But as you can see, the golden milestone one is where it really adds up to the 5,000 miles fast. So as you can see, I got the 5,000 right there, and now I'm just going through and collecting the rest so I can pay off the rest of my home loan. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and go back into the resident services tent and pay off my home loan to Tom Nook. So here we are paying my moving fees. So like I said, it's just that easy as getting the golden tools, placing them in your inventory, and then dropping them. I personally got the DIY and items from Treasure Islands, but you can even go on Nookazon and trade for them. That is probably the fastest way to get the 5,000 miles. You can also do that if you're adding a second profile on your home, or not your home, on your island, to get them the 5,000 miles to pay off their home loan quickly. So I learned that a couple months ago, and it's definitely my favorite way to get my first loan amount paid off. And then obviously as you kind of progress throughout the game, you'll start accumulating more Nook miles, and that should be something that you are focused on because you're going to need a lot when you unlock terraforming. But anyways, I got that all paid off. I don't know why I decided to come out here and talk to Bam, and he gave me this super cute tulip hat. So I know I'm just looking aesthetic AF right now, but I'm going to just vibe with my outfit because it's the beginning of the game and I have no other clothes. So let's see what they're talking about. Looks like I stumbled in upon a little conversation. So it looks like he is going to talk to me about expanding my home. And then he's also going to tell me about my new home loan because I obviously want to expand my little small room house. And then he goes on to tell me that there is a Nook Mile ticket at the airport for me, so I can begin starting to look at Mystery Islands and find some more villagers eventually. So what I have to do now is actually find a place for Blather's tent. I did go ahead and donate Tom the 5 creatures, and for this island, I'm not sure if I'm going to keep him in his tent or upgrade the museum fully, but I'm going to just act like I'm going to keep him in his tent. So I'm going to try and take my time in finding a space for him. The only unfortunate thing about this map layout is that the Terraforming on the second level, like as I have it right now, is kind of limited. I don't have that many good cliffs that are like long and that, I don't know, I had struggled with this for a little bit, but I eventually just, ended up saying, whatever, if I don't like it, I'll just upgrade my museum. So I decided to go on over here and place him on top of this cliff. So for the theme for this island, like I had mentioned in the beginning of the video, it's going to be involving a lot of colors. So I'm thinking a lot of blue, purple, pink. So I think if I upgrade the tent to the museum, it will look good going against the gray color of the museum exterior. So that's why I just decided to be like, whatever, I'm gonna just place it and I'll probably end up upgrading it anyways. So that was my little logic there. So now I'm gonna head back to the resident services tent, and I think now I will go and tell Tom that I have placed down the museum, and then I think he'll have me talk to Timmy or Tommy, whoever that is right there, and I think I'll be able to now place down the shop. So let's see what he says. So looking for a practical suggestion. Okay, so it's Timmy. So I'm going to talk to Timmy right now, and then I'm going to give him the materials for a shop. I already have that because like I mentioned, I did visit a treasure island, but if you're restarting yourself or just starting for the first time, I definitely recommend going on Nookazon and trading for some items. There's even a lot of people that give away materials for free and whatnot. So I definitely think you'll be able to find different people within the Animal Crossing community that would be more than willing to help you with materials, especially if you're just starting the game or if you are restarting your island as a whole. Okay, so now that we have the shop construction kit, I'm going to go ahead and see if I can fit this on one of my beaches so I can get this done with. So let's go ahead and run down here. I think this will be enough space for it. Okay, perfect. It is enough space for the shop. So I think that is all we can actually do for this day in the game. I'm going to just run back and talk to Tom Nook just to make sure. I think when you go and talk to him, he's like, I should be asking you how to run this island. And I'm like, yeah, you should let me just run this all as a whole. But no, okay, so yep, there we go. He said that. So now I just time travel to the next day, and it says that we have blathers here on Chile and we have a shop. So got all of that built and taken care of. And then he will go on to tell us that we can finally be able to access the catalog. So if you don't know what the catalog is, it's basically when you buy an item or trade for an item or even get an item for free, it will register into your catalog, and so you can go into the Nook stop and buy that item again. And then of course this broadcast gets mysteriously interrupted, so I just ran over to resident services and see what he is talking about or who he is talking to. Okay, so it looks like we now have 3 interested parties, so that will be my first 3 villagers. I think I will do that off recording just because it's a lot of crafting and a lot of kind of not so interesting stuff, but I do need to go ahead and go over to the shop because Mabel or Sable, I'm really bad with their names, one of them will be in there talking to Timmy and Tommy, and then this is how you initiate the process of getting them to bring the Able Sisters shop to their island. I remember on Wildflower, I could not remember how to get the Able Sisters to come in the plaza, and I time traveled for like a month and they still weren't there, but you just have to go into the shop and then you'll kind of eavesdrop on their little conversation, and then Timmy and Tommy will talk to you about their opening of Nook's Cranny. So the last couple of things I'm going to do in this video is just head back over to the resident services tent so I can start the process of getting the 3 villagers moved over to my island. You first have to build a bridge. So now I'm going to just go ahead and talk to Tom Nook and then ask him what I should do next. Okay, so now that I am able to go ahead and get the DIY recipe for a bridge construction kit, I am just going to go ahead over to the workbench and craft it. And then I think that'll be everything I'm going to do for this first video. I'm definitely curious in hearing your feedback. If you enjoyed this Let's Play and would like to see more, definitely let me know in the comments below. I will have another video coming up later this week about how to unlock terraforming and some tips that I have for you all. about how to unlock it quickly. So let's go ahead and place this bridge, and then I will head back over to the resident services tent and grab I think I should now be able to get the 3 plots from Tom Nook. So let's go see if I can do that. So thank you. Yes, I did pay off my loan. I don't know why you didn't tell me that earlier. And now I have more storage, thankfully. And then let's see. Yes, I did find a place. And yeah, so now I can just ask him what should I do, and he will give me the 3 housing kits. So like I had mentioned, I'm going to work on that off of recording. But I just wanted to thank you all so much for watching this video. I'm going to go head out here and end out the video. I don't have any reactions, so unfortunately I can't do any like wave goodbye or hello reactions quite yet. But I'm really excited to get this island up and running. I hope you guys enjoyed this little Let's Play. If you did, please consider leaving a like on the video and subscribing to my YouTube channel. I will have, like I mentioned, my next video up within the next couple days. But other than that, I hope you all have a lovely rest of your day, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!